Adam, you just signed a deal with NBC Universal, ESPN, and Amazon. It's an 11-year deal, $77 billion. For many years, we talked about the possibility of a streaming deal, doing a deal with a streamer. And there was always a view that there weren't necessarily enough viewers on a streamer necessarily. What was the inflection point this time around?
Well, what's interesting is so the deals are with Disney, of course, your company, Comcast, NBC Universal, and Amazon. But in fact, you could see everybody as a streamer these days. Disney and ESPN when we were negotiating, were very focused on the service they're going to be launching, essentially their ESPN direct-to-consumer service. Of course, Comcast has Peacock and Amazon has Amazon Prime. And those begin with Amazon Prime. I think it has 200 million subscribers globally, well over 100 million in the United States. Peacock has a huge push to grow through sports, and of course ESPN is ESPN. And I think that the accessibility and reach now of streaming services far exceeds traditional cable. And then there's broadcast, and broadcast television, of course, with NBC is still critically important. In fact, in this deal, we're going from 15 regular season broadcast exposures to 75 in the United States. So, and cable's not going anywhere anytime soon. I mean,
right.
Of course, your CNBC, still 55 million plus people in the United States consuming media through cable. So that's going to continue to be important for, years to come. But especially for our young fans, the ability to have direct access to our programming, to have easy accessibility. One thing that was really important to us, and all three partners agreed to this, was that if you were a subscriber, the games would be accessible through the NBA app, so they'd be easy to find. And we recognize it's not just accessibility, but discovery becomes an issue. I mean, you and I are fans of lots of sports, right, and both live in the New York market. And for many sports, you almost have to Google them to find where they are because there's many different providers. So, and everybody will figure this out, but navigation becomes critical too.
I know you can't talk about the lawsuit that Warner Brothers has brought on behalf of TNT, which of course had been a partner but was not selected this time around. But I did want to ask you about what Charles Barkley said about this, because of course he's one of the greats, and I know how much the league cares about him. He said it's a sad day when owners and commissioners choose money over the fans. What did you think of that?
Well, first of all, that was in a statement issued by Charles Barkley. It's not what he said when he was asked even that same day in an interview. And I don't think it's a fair comment to say it's just about money. I mean, of course, the economics are a component, and 50% goes to the players, as Charles well knows. But reach and accessibility, discoverability are critical issues as well. And so we look for an intersection of all those issues. But as I said, particularly for our young fans and the morphing of all fans to streaming, that was a critical component of these deals, as well as our ability to reach more people through traditional broadcast television.
One of the other pieces of this deal is the WNBA. Part of that deal is a specific contract worth $2.2 billion over 11 seasons. That's about $200 million on average per year. Have we reached an inflection point with the WNBA? And when you think about those economics, how do you think those are going to change the next time you do a deal?
Well, first of all, so there's a WNBA component to all three of these deals, but there are additional programming deals the WNBA can do as well. So that $200 million average will end up being, I think, significantly higher when we finish those WNBA negotiations. And I think it is an inflection point. It's going to be roughly a 6 times increase from their old media deals. Still, I recognize a significant differential between the NBA and the WNBA, but just look at the popularity of women's basketball here in France and Lyon, what we're going to see in Paris next week. Again, enormous number of the players here play in the WNBA. And I just say, lastly, in terms of the inflection point, I think the big difference, remember, the WNBA is in its 28th year. I remember in the early days of the WNBA, sitting with Val Ackerman, the original president of the WNBA, of course, David Stern, and we'd be talking to media members practically begging for coverage. And in those days, the media truly were the gatekeepers of coverage. And the internet didn't just disrupt virtually every industry that you and I can think of, but what it did in terms of the sports industry is it democratized it in many ways. And now fans, and they're not just women who are fans of women's basketball, but people can demand what they want. And I think that's the change we're seeing between the internet and the amazing job that the WNBA, that the women who play in the league are doing on social media, attracting attention to their sport. So for some people, it seems like it's an overnight sensation with Caitlin Clark. But as I said, the WNBA has been at it for 28 years. Caitlin Clark is just blowing up the internet. It's wonderful to see. But there's been a really strong foundation there for many years. And so I think the WNBA now and women's basketball is just going to continue to grow leaps and bounds.
Hey, Adam, we got to run, and I know you have to run, but to mix sports metaphors, and this may sound like a curveball because I was just thinking about it, the Milan Winter Olympics in '26 happened at the same time, at least historically, and I know you probably think about this stuff, as the NBA All-Star Game. The NBA All-Star Game is now going to be an NBC property. So what are you going to do about the timing?
I think somehow we're going to work it out with your bosses, Andrew.